Autobots, transform!
Y'all, that's what's up. I like how the intro came out. I like how it's like updated, but it's still me. It's still the same old, same old. But I'm thinking I need to like hit harder because I've been going for a while. I need to let them know I'm back. I need to let them know that this is PG-13. So, I want you to rewind that for me and just hit it a little harder, short and sweet, and just drive it home.
Baby from Italy, love me the talking that shit, man, you go get it,
I have summoned you here for a purpose.
Hey, what is up, everyone? I am the 80s Transformer fan. You are watching George Reviews, and today on George Reviews, we will be taking a look at an 80s Transformer. Oh, a reissue of an 80s Transformer. Anyway, it is Walmart's exclusive triple changer Astrotrain, and here is his packaging. It is very, very much like the vintage packaging. I'm gonna give it a spin around. You look at the side of the box, the back of the box, side of the box again. Underneath the box are the images of the product inside. And the front of the box. On the front of the box, we have converts from shuttle to train to robot and back. Down here, Transformers with the Decepticon symbol in there. Triple changer Astrotrain, Hasbro, ages 8+, includes snap-on weapon and accessories. Here is the vintage artwork for Astrotrain and robot mode and train mode. Oddly enough, they didn't have all three images except for on here, the actual toy images, but we don't get a artwork for the space shuttle anywhere. And I think it's the exact same on the vintage box. The back of the box here is his bio. If you would like to take time to pause and read that and get to know Astrotrain, there you go. And here is his technical readout. So you can check out his stats right there. And there is the artwork, the battle scene. We got the Dinobots, Shockwave, Deluxe Insecticon sprinkled in there. Road Rage version of Trax, which actually released this color in Europe under the Milton Bradley brand. Jetfire on the back of the box. And more Dinobots. Anyway. And before I crack this guy open, I want to let you know, this is, I believe, the 5th reissue of this guy. The very first reissue was the eHobby reissue that was actually done up in his gray colors that he appears on the box in. The prototype colors that we never actually got until we got this eHobby reissue of Astrotrain that's done in the gray. So this was the first reissue that I know of. Then we got the Takara book style reissue in the white packaging. The Diaclone line, or was it Microman? I believe Diaclone line. Astrotrain was a white shuttle, just like the United States Space Shuttle. And then Hasbro kind of pimped it out in the purple colors because it's the Decepticon colors. But he came in all white. Then he got a US reissue. And I do believe it was either Toys R Us or KB Toys. At the end, I think Sideswipe and Astrotrain wound up at KB Toys, but they start off as Toys R Us reissues. But anyway, and he came in, this was a reissue of Takara's reissue of the white version. He came in this box. He actually came in his original white colors, which kind of made more sense because that's how the shuttle looked. And there he is, all done in white. And here, does this box have a date on it? 2004. Yeah, I don't see a date on this box here. Anyway, and then he was reissued. He was reissued as another character. Him and Blitzwing came in a 2-pack where Astrotrain was like orange, white, and blue. He was supposed to be an Autobot from the Transformers toy line, but they used the Astrotrain body. So what I'm saying is, this physical body has been reissued like 5 times. And then now we have the Walmart reissue. This is the first direct version of the vintage version with the exact same paint scheme. And if it's exact, we're going to put it to the test because the vintage version will be making an appearance in this video. So let's get Astrotrain out of his packaging and see what he has to offer. Which I can tell you right now, I think this is overpriced. You know, I was curious to see what was going on. This is how it looks in the packaging when you slide it open. But I can tell you right now, I already think it's overpriced and nothing more in the box. And he's on this blister card. It's taped in a couple places. Comes with his sticker sheet, and I'm expecting the stickers to be crap. I mean, they look great, but they don't stick well on any of these Walmart reissues. They started to peel almost immediately. This is his booklet. So, you know what? I'm going to continue the Astrotrain, then I'll come back to that. If I get it off the card. Hey, and he should be free. His only accessory is his giant blaster. Looks great. I always liked it. Had Astrotrain as a kid. I thought Astrotrain was perfect, except for his size. And I didn't know about the pre-existing Diaclone lines and stuff back then, and the scaling and all that. I just knew he came out, he looked just like the cartoon, and it was like, why is he so little? Why is he smaller than Starscream and the other guys? So anyway, here is Astrotrain out of the packaging. Move this little thing up. And he's packaged in shuttle mode, obviously. His purple is a very, very rich purple compared to the vintage one. And I will get to that. Here he's underneath. He has, you can see the die cast, still has the die cast. It looks to be in all exact same places. A lot of people remember these toys having more die cast than they did. When I've done a few reissues in the past, people say the original was all die cast, and no, they have it in specific places. And there are the supposed painted windows. You really can't see the line work in there like you should for the windows. I mean, if I bring it close enough, you can. But it's not as deep as the original. A little detailing in the shuttle mode. And before I move on, we'll take a look at his booklet. Instruction booklet is sort of kind of in color. It doesn't have the gloss of the vintage book, even though the vintage one was black and white at this point. And we open it up to reveal black and white at this point. And that's his booklet, and I showed you the sticker sheet. And now I'm going to compare him to the vintage Astrotrain, the original. And again, you can see the difference in the purples immediately. A little bit closer. And I don't think this just because of time and this one older. This purple is a lot darker. The off-white is pretty much the same, especially considering the time factor. And this one, it has a very old set of repro labels now, toy hacks on it from back in the day. The stickers when I got this toy were really bad, so I put new labels on it. And turning it over to the bottom of the shuttle, you can see dating and stamping over here that is not present over here. Normally they use the same mold and it will still have the same numbers. It'll still say, like right here, say Hasbro 85 over there, but this has nothing on it. And here, the bottom of this is totally painted black. I just noticed that. And right here, just the tip is painted black. So that's a quick difference in the shuttle mode. I just wanted to bring them out real quick and show you the heat sensitive in case you've been out of loop and really not transformed. You just rub it, and it rubs up. The longer you rub it, the darker it get. It'll change like rainbow colors, red, green, blue, and go all the way to purple, which was so cool back then. And then it fades back out when it starts to cool off, as opposed to this crapola. You can just get more out of it. You have to go dark green, and then eventually it'll go blue if you rub it to death. But that is the differences in shuttle mode. Back to this thing, articulation in this mode, like you can move this, but it slides in here. You can move it, but it's not meant to in shuttle mode. You can open it up. Some people actually display it like this, and that's not bad looking. And you can articulate the wings in this mode. There's a hinge here, an obvious hinge here. You can get it like that, and you can hinge them down if you wanted to in this mode, and it hinges here. This is more or less transformation, but you can do that in this mode. Then he has some wheels underneath, and hear them kind of squeak as I've been moving it around. They roll, and then at the false wheels right here, put them down. It rolls pretty good. And I'm going to transform him. You just slot this down, tuck this away, the fin right here. Take the wings, fold them up like that, and then you fold them in. Then we're halfway there, halfway there. open this compartment up. Then you lift up and slide it forward. It like slides a little bit, if you can see it. Slide it forward and then around. Then that's in there. Peg that back in there. Open these side pieces out. Extend here, the sides of the train, and here, and it fills that gap. And just like that, we are in train mode. Again, it rolls just as good. And let's take a look at this engine. You can see where they're supposed to have the train wheels here, here molded in. There's some pretty decent molding in detail, but it would have been nice if they had hit it with some silver paint or whatnot. And it actually rolls on these wheels. These do not turn or move. You can still see the shuttle booster engines back here, but they actually drew it in on the cartoon, so I don't feel as bad about it. On this side, you can see the conductor window here. Same detail, a little molding detail on die cast. This entire black piece is die cast. And in comparison to the vintage one, that's how they stack up. And again, we're getting the exact same thing. Only real difference is the purple, and I haven't put the stickers on this one yet. All right, let's take a look at the upgrades that he gained from being stickered up. At the beginning of the video, I kind of went off on their stickers, saying how they're not good. I guess they're getting better because I had a couple mishaps and I tried to take these off and they would not come off easily. Anyway, he has this little sticker here. I guess that's just to fill in some of the void. Decepticon sticker here. On the front, he has a sticker for the light, which the sticker is oversized. If you can see it, it's not even on there right. It's going to come off. I moved it from left to right, but that's going to get dusty and then it's going to peel and come off when they could have just painted the headlight for the train. Decepticon logo on this side, same logo on this side, and then two different stickers to simulate the striping over the engine part. So that is the only upgrades in locomotive mode. So to take Astrotrain a step further, we're going to get him into his robot mode, which is he's just underneath. He just open up his cape, fold these back down, pretty much going back to shuttle mode, basically. And pop this off the top. Let me get the camera up. At the top to reveal his head. This comes down to his back. Just sits back there. On the hinge, pull his arms out here. His arms out here out of the side of the train. Separate his legs, then pull them down till they lock. And they do lock. And that is pretty much it. This is your Astrotrain figure. And again, it's G1, not a whole lot going on. You can see the various modes in this mode. Here's his arms on the prototype, and you can see kind of see where they were going to do it. Like on the prototype, this extended, and the prototype wasn't a functioning toy, but they were going to have this extend so his arms weren't so short, and they never did have it slide out. And a lot of people think that there's a version out there where it actually slides out. But there is not, and it's a shame they didn't put it in there originally or the reissues. So he has these stumpy arms. Here's his chest, legs, and feet. And the official transformation is this comes up here, and you open this up. This is the official. Now, I don't know. I don't do it. And you can see it on the box. The chest is butterfly, but like when you bring his arms up, so like 6-shot, like this thing is like in the way, so I just tuck it in and push it down as far as I can so it's not blocking his face, and I leave it right there. Speaking of his face, he has yellow eyes and most of the head is pretty much unpainted. He has the big giant red strip on the head, and the box art is completely different. He has the reverse, the red eyes and the yellow strip on the head, which actually looks better to me. But here he goes. So next up, I'm going to get his weapon out here. Can't think. Ion Disruptor, I think it is. Let's take a closer look at that. It has some great molding and detail in there. It has a number 5 tucked away in there, if you can see it. Pretty cool blast. I always thought of this thing as a giant silencer. I remember some sci-fi movie, a guy had a gun just like this, and it sounded so cool when they fired. I was like, that's Astrotrain's gun, but I can't remember the sci-fi movie. Anyway, I got a little bit of paint or staining right there on that corner. Put it in his hand, put it in his right hand because I'm right-handed. And he has this huge cannon, which proportion-wise, people say it's too big, but I love it. I mean, if you're a bad guy and you kill Autobots, your gun can't be big enough. So that is his gun. He holds it pretty good. And I didn't talk about articulation because they're in robot mode because there is none. His arm 360s on a ball joint. And they had ball joint. And the hinge inside here, you can go up and down. It's a hinge inside here and a ball joint. So they had the, I don't know if you know, I don't know if you call it technology, but they had ball joints back then and just didn't use them to their fullest potential. There's nothing out of the legs other than transformation. They won't move front, back, or anything like that. The little foot piece here is the front of the top of the shuttle. I mean, you can move that up, but that's just, yeah. So he has arm articulation, that's it. But that's all you needed back then. You just, it's the Decepticon. I mean, that's all you did, you know. You shot Autobot. And the transformation was the entire gimmick. So I'm going to bring in my vintage one now. And again, the gun is the same, but it doesn't have a 5 inside. There's nothing on that side in there. And on this side, I think it's a circle. So that one has a 5 inside. So there are a lot of differences, so you can't be fooled. Someone's trying to sell you this one for an original. Purple's much darker. Obviously, it's not going to be as shiny as new in most cases. And that's why a lot of times sticker wear is good, and I'm often conflicted about buying Toy Hacks labels because sometimes the stickers make the vintage ones like that much more cool. Anyway, and I don't see any true differences in robot mode for molding or anything else in the faces. Let me get the guns down. So this guy is a little bit older, a little bit more rickety. Yeah, they look spot on to me. And obviously this is brand new, it sticks on here. So I'm gonna put some stickers on this guy. I'm gonna get them all stickered up and come right back. Okay, and let's take a look at the upgrades to the robot mode. I should have did some before and after pics, but I didn't. I guess I wasn't thinking about it. But now he has the stickers in here, and you can see he's a little bit more detailed, a little bit more fun to look at. Now he has the stickers. They definitely helped out. And I'm going to bring out the original again. These are reproduction labels from the company that's now Toy Hacks. And these are G1 accurate colors. And you can see that they actually altered the colors. Again, these aren't the original stickers, but they're very, very close to the original. So the chest stickers are different. Of course, all the reissues have a very high chrome gloss on the paper behind the stickers themselves. And these are, originals are like more flat silver. So that's a huge difference. Other than that, you pretty much have the same thing going on. Alright, let's take a look at what Astrotrain gained in the shuttle mode. He gets a little sticker right here. Again, I guess that's some type of robot circuitry. I don't know. Maybe some, there's like a little vent pipe in there. It might be shuttle circuitry. He gets a little arrow here. Maybe for a cargo bay. I think these are robot mode stickers. Gets the Decepticon logos, obviously. And not a whole lot gained in this mode. And the 2 stickers here, I think that's robot mode as well. But this basically is the robot right here. You can get them at Walmart, or you can wait for them to go on clearance. If you don't want someone's old clunky toy, sort of like I got, there's this. Okay, now before I get out of here, I don't recommend it at the price point. I don't have any problem with this figure. I like the joints. The stickers seem like they're better than the previous reissues. The paint apps are good. It's not a whole lot on there. The die cast look great. The plastic looks great. Only problem I have is truly the price. I mean, it's the same Astrotrain. If you want one brand new, you can now grab it at retail, which is always cool walking in and buying a toy. Whenever I order something online, I think to myself, do I really need it? But if it's at the store, I will pick it up. And that's what happened with this toy. I picked it up, I have it, and I submitted in this review for you guys to see what you guys think about it. But I just can't recommend it at this price. Maybe wait for it to go on clearance. Maybe send a message to Hasbro that you guys are charging too much. But as a figure, it is very, very solid. So that's all I have to say. This has been another episode of George Reviews. I want to thank you all for joining me for the reviews where every toy has a story.